What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. As you will see, there's a lot of green right here on the screen, but we actually had like a worse day than you would think. Now, with that being said, we do have a setup going into this afternoon period right here with Brady Cook and Isaiah Williams. If this does hit, we do go ahead and be profitable on the week so far. So it really hinges on if this hits. If this does not hit, then we are at this point not profitable on the weekend. If it does hit, then we are a little bit profitable on the weekend. We still have a full day of betting going into today, which is Sunday, and it could be like an amazing day. It could also just be a lackluster day, but you'll see a lot of green here on the screen. But we honestly came out with less than you would expect, right? We hit an 8x here, which is amazing. We hit a 5.5x here, which with Caleb Williams discount. This play right here, for example, only give us a 2x. I don't know what's going on with PrizePicks, but like to get a 2x for this is really sad, because I think this would be a 5.5x if this fully hit. And for some reason, if one guy pushes, we only got a 2x for it, which I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look into the payouts, but I think normally we would get like a 2.75x or something like that for this. But yeah, unfortunate that we only get a 2x there. And then we only get a 3.5x for this. And I feel like we should get like a 4.5x. So I don't know if they recently changed some of their payouts with like, if you have a 3-man hit and then you have one guy push or something like that. But for example, even on this play, I watched this game. It happened at midnight a couple of nights ago. And Assume, Awesome, I don't know how you say his name, but he had 10 kills in the first map. So his line was 11. He had 10 in the first map. And the second, because he won, by the way. So his team won. His team dominated the first map. In the second map, he had 1 kill. And that is because his team lost. So as I talk about in League of Legends, guys, when a team wins, they're going to get a ton of kills. When a team loses, you're not going to get as many kills. Now, for example, you'll see here's another example of League of Legends correlation. In the setup we actually have Starry, I took him over 7 kills, and he literally got 25 kills in these two maps, because, I mean, he at least won one of these games. He probably won both of these games. Again, I didn't watch this game, because a lot of these games do happen at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., so I'm obviously asleep at that time, but these guys both go over because their team dominated, and hopefully the Jets guys do go under here. But yeah, really, you'll see, a lot of very close misses, especially in this like OU game. This was close. I should have took Deion Burks. I took Satania, who is their number 1 receiver, but I should have took Burks because he was the guy who ended up doing very well. Very close one here. Again, 3 out of 4. Here's a setup. We actually had a couple of setups going into last night. Carson Beck, Tony to go under. We took this in the second half, and then League of Legends unfortunately goes under together, which if you don't know, as I talked about with the overs happening, if they win the game, the exact opposite can happen if they end up losing the game. They could go under together if they end up losing the game, which is what ended up happening. And then where are the JMU guys, I think? Yeah, so the JMU guys were over here. Honestly, proud of this call. Happy about this call to take the JMU guys to go over. They went way over together. This guy got 83 yards and his line was 26.5, and then this guy got over close to 300 yards. And again, this is versus Oregon. I feel like a lot of people are scared to take the JMU guys over. Now, we don't really come up with anything because this guy ends up going under, but again, I'm happy that I ended up taking the over. And this did end up happening here. This was another play that I think I sent out for free here, which was the Anthony Joshua discount with Trinidad and with Caden Lee. In hindsight, I really should have taken the Old Miss unders. I kind of knew in my heart this would happen, where Trinidad would like get, I think I even said it on Saturday's video. I said, I think Trinidad's going to get like 170 or 270 yards, like get extremely close. And then they're either going to take him out of the game or they're going to stop passing. And they did both. They stopped passing, and I believe they took him out of the game. But you'll see here that he barely does go under, and it's because he does not throw through that fourth quarter. Now, if you look at the JMU guys, they lost like crazy, but they threw the entire game. So they were throwing and throwing and throwing because they were losing by like 20 points within a blink of an eye. So they had to throw. And a good example of that is honestly the Caleb Williams discount that you'll see here. Caleb looked like he was not going to hit this line at all the entire game. And in the fourth quarter, he had a massive surge of yardages because he was passing the entire game, right? He was down 16-3 if you guys watched the game. He passed, they score, or they get a field goal or something like that. Onside kick, they pass more, they score, and then they go to overtime and they pass even more, and he gets a 50-yard catch from DJ Moore, and he ends up going over by a lot. Like, he goes over by like 70 yards. But it is because he was losing in that fourth quarter, and he had to pass to get back in that game. If he was winning 16-3 and he had 100 yards, he was not going to pass at all. They were just going to kneel the ball out. So passing comes from losing teams, right? And that's what I try to say. This is, again, this was the 8X we hit, but trying to think of anything else to go over, guys. I think there is more to go over, yeah, which is this, right? These were the plays on Saturday. I'm going to go through these pretty quick, but unfortunately, the A&M game and Miami game was really the game that was disappointing. I thought, and I'll be the first one to say, I was wrong about the game. I thought it was going to be more of a shootout type game. I thought it was going to be a back and forth game. I thought Miami was not going to have a very good defense. I thought A&M was going to, still have his good defense, but I don't know. It was just a horrible game, but between both parties. I mean, both teams honestly did not even deserve to win this game. I ended up taking Texas A&M money line. They ended up missing. Both teams played horrible, honestly. Both teams played absolutely horrible. Beck gets 103 yards. Casey Concepcion, he gets like a 30-yard pass catch called back, I think. So I don't know if it would have hit if he would have had that catch, but it would have been close, because anything can happen in a game. But again, Concepcion ended up missing. I should have took Mario Carver, which I actually took down here. Mario Carver, he gets 92 yards. But guys, that's just how it goes sometimes. The Ole Miss guy, I spoke about this, I think, too. And it's like they have all of these receivers that can do well. I think this was the only risk that I had with Ole Miss, is I knew they were going to do very well passing the ball. You'll see between the two quarterbacks, they had over 300 yards. But pretty much these are the five guys. It's Deuce Alexander, it's Stribling, it's Wright, it is Harrison Wallace, and it's Caden Lee. Those are their five main receivers. They kind of are like Texas Tech, where they just have so many good receivers. And 3 out of 5 of them go over, and then 2 out of 5 of them go under. And one of the guys that that does go under is the guy that we bet on, which is Harrison Wallace. So, at the end of the day, Ole Miss did very well passing the ball. It just kind of is what it is. Marcel over, Reslov over. I feel like these were pretty easy calls here, just because I knew they were going to have to pass a lot. I talked about Marcel, especially with Reslov here. I knew that he was going to pass a lot too and be behind in that game. I didn't watch this one here, to be honest. I was watching the Bears game. And then Jalen Hurts goes over. Caleb Williams goes over in the last play of the game, pretty much, with that long reception to DJ Moore. So unfortunate. We obviously have yours to go over the fantasy score. But guys, you guys know it. I'm never going to hide losses from you guys. It was kind of disappointing on that Saturday's video, but I'm going to be here. I'm never going to hide losses from you guys. And you guys know I kind of keep it real on this channel as much as I can, right? Sometimes, yes, is there going to be screenshots left out just because there's not enough room? Of course. But, again, my losses are here right in front of you. My wins are here right in front of you. And again, we've been doing this for like 22 to 23 months now. And we are very in the green, very profitable, up over 800 units in the past pretty much 2 years, 1.5 years, whatever you want to call it. Here's the graphs, my sources of truth here. I'm going to be updating this by the end of the weekend. And then if you guys like, comment, and subscribe, every single day in December, you'll get entered in this Odell Beckham Jr. jersey giveaway right here. Okay, guys, so go ahead and do that. Now let's get into the plays of the day. First pick is going to be on ONYX odds, and we're going to take an NHL player. It's going to be Mikko Rantanen to go under 2.5 shots on goal. So this is going to be the play on ONYX odds today, guys. We have a couple of picks on ONYX in the NFL today as well. I think we have Justin Herbert to go under pass attempts, and then we have Bucky Irving over touchdown. So hopefully you guys lock those in throughout the week when I did send them out. But this is going to be the play of the day on ONYX. Again, on ONYX, you can get a free month of the VIP for signing up. You will also get $100 in free picks. Okay, so you can deploy those with however you want throughout the playoff season, or if you want to do it all today, if you want to bet on the NBA, the NHL, they have parlays, they have spreads, they have money lines, they have over-unders, that you can pretty much bet on anything on ONYX odds, which is very unique because in a state like Texas, which I live in, you actually can't get access to these traditional sports books like FanDuel or DraftKings, where you can bet on money lines and spreads and all that good stuff. So on ONYX, you can do that. You'll see all the states in the purple. You can go ahead and get signed up for this, and it is available in those states. And then you guys will get $100 on top of that. Okay, so it's literally a no-brainer to do so. I'm going to be talking about Underdog Fantasy as well. So Underdog Fantasy, this is going to be the second pick of the day. It's going to be Kareem Hunt under rush attempts, and it's going to be David Silas, or I think Silas, to go under 1.5 receptions. Okay, now Kareem Hunt is happening at noon. I just really like the play, so this is probably happening in the next hour and a half. But you guys will see that this is a completely no sweat pick. Okay, no sweat pick on Underdog Fantasy, and this is really why I wanted to talk about Underdog today, because first of all, you get Play 5, get $75, which is the promo that they're always running. But you guys will also get a ton of free picks. Okay, so if we look at my Underdog dashboard here, you're seeing that I have a gimme pick happening in like an hour and a half, which is another free pick, and then I had that no sweat bonus. And I think somewhere on this app, the only thing about Underdog is sometimes they don't market what they give you sometimes, which I think is annoying. Like, it's not annoying, but I think they could do a better job marketing what they give you, because there is also a Josh Allen point 0.5 passing yard line, but I honestly, I can't even find it anymore. I saw it like 30 minutes ago. I don't know whether they took it off or what, but they also have a Josh Allen literally to get 1 passing yard line on the board right now. So they have a gimme pick, they have a no sweat pick, and it's part of their like 12 days of Christmas thing that they're doing, that they're giving away free picks and just free discounts and just everything for a number of days here. So go ahead and get Underdog Fantasy. I think they're doing it up until the end of the year. So it's a no-brainer to get signed up with Underdog. You're going to get a ton of bonuses. I talk about this a lot, but towards the end of the year, towards when we get to football playoff season and all that good stuff, I'm telling you guys, I talk to these apps all the time. I know what they do. The end of the year during football season, that is when they push their apps like crazy. They spend so much money on marketing. They know they're going to lose money giving promos, but they want people signed up for these apps. And you can take advantage of them by signing up for their app, putting the minimum amount or whatever, getting the deposit bonus. And you guys can just take the discounts they give you. Just take the discounts they give you. And you'll make free money doing that. Like it's a no-brainer to do so. Another app that I talk about a ton is Sleeper. They do the same thing. You'll get a free $20 entry, and they give out like 3 promos a day. All right. So don't be scared to use these other apps, guys. In 2026, the best way to be a profitable sports bettor, like the easiest way, is just taking discounts. There's enough apps out there. There's like 10 apps out there where if you want to do that, you can just go through all your apps. I honestly have them all in my phone in like one little folder and just go through them every day and just be like, here's the discount of the day. Here's the discount of the day. I'm going to take this. Here's the discount. And like a lot of these are completely no sweat bets. So there's a no brainer to take that. They're handing you free money there. Right. So again, I give you a number of apps to sign up with. Go get into the VIP in some way, shape, or form. January, the end of December, let's finish off strong. We're going to have a lot of playoffs in college football and in the NFL, guys. All right, so let's get into the pick of the day. We have Drake May to go over passing yards, and then we have Stephon Diggs to go over receiving yards. As I always talk about, guys, extremely correlated together. So, for example, if Drake May throws a 50-yard pass to Stephon Diggs instantly goes over. This instantly entirely greens out, and then Drake May is going to get like instantly about here or wherever you want to say 50 yards is, right? So Drake May, the better he does, the better Stephon Diggs does, okay? It's not rocket science. We understand that. With the quarterback, you have a receiver. The quarterback does very good. The receiver is going to do very good, right? So Drake May, another reason why I like his over is because he really, really performs. He's been absolutely amazing this season, and he's actually favored to lose in this game, which means, as I always say, when you're losing or when you're playing from behind, I don't necessarily think they're going to lose, but when you are in a competitive game, you're going to pass a lot, okay? Think about if this game was right off the bat 30-0, and the Patriots get a couple of long rushes, they get a couple of pick sixes or something like that, then Drake May is going to have to not do very much to win this game, right? He might only have to throw for 150 yards to win the game. But if they're playing a solid team like the Ravens, he's going to have to throw a lot to stay in this game because we know the Ravens can also move the ball, right? So very correlated together, guys. Again, you could sub in any Patriot if you really wanted to, but Stephon Diggs is a really, he's kind of their number one guy, so that's why I'm subbing him in. Now, this is the League of Legends play, guys. I'm taking YXL to go over 7.5 kills. This is in League of Legends. I talked about this like at the very first minute of today's video, but when a League of Legends team wins the game, so if they win this game, these guys like to go over their kill totals because that is when they get a lot of kills, right? It also makes sense. If you're winning a video game, like think about if you're playing a video game versus your friend and you're winning that game versus him, you're probably getting a lot of stats, whether that's kills or score or whatever it is, right? You're getting a lot of stuff on your friend. Now, if you lose the game, you're probably not. You're probably having a bad time. You're not getting as many stats and stuff. But this team right here, guys, is like minus 1,200 or something to win this game and win this series. So they're probably going to 2-0 the other team, which means this guy's going to win 2 games in a row, which means he will probably get a lot of kills, okay? So that is why I'm taking this guy over here. Again, bet smart like this, guys. Bet in a way where it's like it makes sense. If a team is set up to win, if the odds are in their favor, then he's going to get a lot of kills because I know how this game works. It's the same thing with the NFL, same thing with League of Legends or any of these esports or sports that we bet on. We bet in a way that kind of makes sense in that regard, all right? So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Hopefully you guys have a good day, a good Sunday here, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.